searching for better days. I'm cutting through this with my switchblade to get honest, cause I've learned something from years of head hunting. If I got something to say, then I'ma say something.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started.
And off we go from Seattle.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And his first look is incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 69 yards. And the Seahawks go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at their own 21. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Now Purdy. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Uchenna Nwosu. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hit 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Purdy looking to throw. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Back to throw, Purdy.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
11 yards for number 11.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle from 6 yards away.
And the 49ers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Moody good with the extra point.
And we are tied at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Fred Warner. He's on his way.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. 2nd and 9. Ayuk goes in motion. Out of the gun, Purdy.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And the slot man goes in motion left.
Purdy now to throw.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Hey, here we go. Hey, here we go. Sit up.
They'll fake it. Now Smith.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Back to throw, Smith. And Walker has it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He's going to get this complete here to lock it.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Here's Smith. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. To throw is Smith. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's second and 10. Throwing now is Geno. He'll buy some time right. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Well, he forced this throw, nearly intercepted in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fortunately, no turnover, but it is fourth down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Myers' kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. Purdy. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's Purdy.
This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a first and goal.
Throwing here, Purdy.
His pass caught at the 4. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Eric Saubert from 6 yards away.
And the Niners have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Moody good with the extra point.
And that makes it a 17-10 score.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. From the end zone, here comes Jalen Darden.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 5.
McCaffrey running up the middle, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Purdy from the gun.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again, shedding through the defense.
Down at the 25.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 8. Shotgun now with Purdy. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Purdy. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10
at the 34. Now Geno. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Off of play action, here's Smith. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And got his man complete.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left.
Here we go, here we go.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
Hey, here we go, hey. What's up?
Now a play fake, and it's Smith.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
There's Charbonnet once again.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Smith's going to throw it. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Purdy.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13.
Well, that answers the question in my head. They're going to go for the win right now.
I think you're absolutely right. They're not content with going to OT. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
So it's the Seahawks who are going to get the first crack at things. They'll possess it to start things off here in overtime.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw that. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
What a big-time interception that is here on the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, they're already knocking on the door with this short field. Remember, all they need is 3 points to win this game.
And that thinking just can't limit them on offense. The playbook should still be wide open. Get a first down, maybe 2. Do it safely. Nice throws that your quarterback can make. Nice runs that your running backs like. But make sure you get yourself into position and let your kicker have at it.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now it's Purdy's turn in overtime.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 96 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Facing a 2nd and 3, ball on the 10.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. One overtime, how about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.